the kids wake up. I've seen his character. When they played the Denver Broncos, his wife flew out because it was her birthday, and we sat on the 50-yard line next to his wife, and he's right down there in the sidelines, and during a television timeout, the Denver Bronco cheerleaders come out, and they're dancing all these little outfits, like just 10, 15 yards away from him, and where is his eyes? Where is his attention? His back is to the cheerleaders, and his face up is on his wife in the crowd, just waving to Tiffany, hey, we'll get him in the second half, which they didn't, they lost, but still, anyway. And, but the fact, his intention, his heart was in the right place. And you got to know, well, how does he live this? He knows it. He knows it well. You don't get it from yourself. Purity is a gift from Jesus Christ. He'll give it to you if you want it. And if you want it, it's yours for the taking. If you're Catholic, go to confession. If you're not Catholic, maybe open the Bible, Psalm 51, pray for a clean heart. But if you're Catholic, go to confession. Some people are like, I'm not going to the priest. What if I tell him what I did? That's the point. I mean, what do you think he invented his sin? He's going to call the Vatican afterwards? I've never heard of this one before, Pope Francis. Pope Francis would be like, no hablo inglés, click. But just go. I mean, you feel so much better, and go often. You guys are blessed with this campus. Many of you have no idea what you have at this school. I have been to high schools all around the country, Jesuit schools all around the country. What you have is simply unique here. If you fail to take advantage of the spiritual environment that God has blessed you with, priests available every day of the week, man, you have missed such a gift that's been extended to you. Go to confession and go often. Second thing, never leave the Mass. My wife and I try to go to Mass every day. Every grace I need to love her, I get from the Blessed Sacrament. Never leave the Mass. I started going to daily Mass when I was a senior in high school. I've never stopped since. You guys got 3 Masses a day you can pick from. Go. Third thing was huge for me was devotion to Our Lady, the Rosary. As a guy, you look at porn, what's it take? 15 minutes to look at porn. I'm going to tell you, it feels like it takes 15 years to forget what you saw. So for me, it was devotion to Our Lady that taught me how to look at girls again. Because you get hooked on the porn, and it's like you get these porn goggles. Like you don't even know how to look at a woman except through the lens of lust. And the day comes to love one, and all you know how to do is take the pleasure. So we've brought for you hundreds of free rosaries. Keep it in your pocket. Pray it every day. You can't do a rosary every day, 15 minutes? Fine. Just pray a Hail Mary every day. You can't do that? Fine. Just say the name of Mary as a prayer. She'll come through for you. So we've got you bunches of free rosaries on the way out. We brought hundreds of miraculous medals. Mother Teresa called these things spiritual bullets. My wife and I wear one, get many graces of protection. We brought those for free. We brought a bunch of books, CDs. Everything is free on the way out. I wrote a book for the guys called Pure Manhood, one for guys and girls called Pure Love. Those are free. We got a bunch of CDs. This one, Love or Lust, is the talk you just heard. That's free, but it's different. It's got my wife giving the talk with me. This CD is called Porn Detox. It's how to break free from porn. So if you know someone on campus who needs that, just kind of take it and put it in his locker. Be like, I'm not saying, but I'm kind of saying. You better want to listen to that one 30 times. So all of them are free to take. They're also free to burn. We also made I wrote a book called If You Really Love Me. Top 100 questions we get from high school and college students on how to live the virtue of chastity. And this is a book I wrote called Pure Faith. It's a prayer book, morning, evening prayer. And then we also brought a bunch of little business cards. And in these cards, it's got a little, on the back, an ad for the app. If you want to get an app for the prayer book, you got an iPhone. And then also, on the other side, the orange side, is all of our websites that we've launched. The most important one there, we've got Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Most important is the top one, Chastity Project. Because I know right now, you guys have so many questions going through your mind. You're sitting here thinking, well, when should I start dating? How do I know if she loves me? How do I know if I'm infected with HDTV? Or what is that virus again? How do this? So what we did is we launched this website where you can go, literally, we have hundreds of videos. Me, my wife, Philip Rivers, a girl from America's Next Top Model who had a big conversion. Everybody talk about chastity and how to live out the lifestyle. All that stuff is free, but the best gift I have for you is this. As of today, I have asked tons of people to be praying for you. Last place I spoke was down in Fort Myers, Florida. Last week, I spoke to high schools down there. I asked them to be praying for you. My wife and I have been praying for you. I wrote a letter to over 100 convents of nuns. That's like the ammo of the church. I even wrote a letter back when Pope John Paul II was Pope. I wrote a letter to his nuns. They got all his mail. It's kind of like the elves at the North Pole, the same concept. And I wrote a letter, and I got confirmation from the Vatican that John Paul the Great did, and I'm sure still does, pray for the people we speak to. And all I ask in return, please pray for all the students I speak to. As soon as I put the microphone down, I literally have to run out the door because I got another talk at Tampa Catholic High School at 9:30. Then I leave there. I go, I know, the heathens, they need to be converted, okay? I'm trying my best, all right? Come on, guys. And so, So after this, I'm going to the Pagans, and then after the Pagans, then I'm going to be going to an all-girls high school, and after that, I fly home, and next week is Ohio. Please pray for the students. Why? I could speak to your future wife a week from today. You never know what lifestyle she could be in. That's why I beg your prayers. And I know I said a lot to guys about future husband, future wife. Some of you are being called to a higher vocation. Some of you guys are being called to priesthood. You guys see the priest wearing all black? You ever wonder why priest wears black? Like, gee, Father, that's kind of goth. Watching too much Harry Potter, like, what's all the black? The black means death. It means he died to himself to become a father to us. Open your heart to these noble vocations. I know I said a lot to you about boyfriend, girlfriend. I know most of you right now do not have a girlfriend. Good. Don't be like me. I started dating in like 7th grade. One girl back then actually broke up with me because I forgot that I was dating her. I was like, I know, high maintenance, but you're under this like pressure. You don't have a boyfriend? You don't have a girlfriend? You've never kissed anyone before? What's wrong with you? It's 3rd grade. I mean, you've been under this ridiculous pressure. 7th grader came up. Jason, I got a relationship problem. Can you help me? I'm like, yeah, what? He said, I dated a girl for 3 years. It was really serious. And then I took a year off. Now I like another. I'm like, wait a minute. This guy's 12. He just took a year off a 3-year serious relationship. Meaning, like, the guy was, what, 8 in a relationship? But I'm like, what are you doing on dates together? Watching Blue's Clues or something? Like, dude, what do you fight about? I want Dora, I want Diego. I mean, you guys have time. I mean, my high school was 1,000 students. Today, I know 2 of the guys. My wife's high school is 3,000 students. As of today, she knows none of them. Your life is going to go so far beyond the 4 walls of your school. That's why one girl told me, she's like, Jason, you're right. You don't go to high school to find a husband. She said, you go to high school to find your bridesmaids. I said, girl, you get the point to take your time. Because when we don't take your time, you watch what happens. You meet some cute girl, you start flirting, you start texting, you start making out, then she starts like stalking you on Facebook without you even knowing about it. And then you're getting all emotionally married to this girl thinking, oh, maybe she's the one. And then like a month later, it hits you. It's like, whoa, I didn't know she drinks so much. I didn't know she flirts with other guys. I didn't know she smokes. I didn't know she builds a methamphetamine lab in her closet with his friends on Wednesdays. I didn't know that. That's the point. You got to just take your time, find yourself, and then find love. Last thing is this. If I had 60 seconds to talk to you, this is the only thing I'd say. If there's only one thing here for me, it's all it's got to be. If after hearing this talk today, maybe your heart's maybe heavy, you got some thinking you got to do, there's only one thing you need to know, how God looks at you for doing that stuff. And this is how he sees you. Dad, a few years ago, dropped his son off at preschool. True story. And he said, I love you. I'll pick you up after school. Promise come get you. Dad went to work. Huge earthquake struck Armenia. The dad rushed back to the school. It's too late. School's collapsed. Faculty's dead. Dad shows up. And he said, I know my son is in that school. He starts tearing off the rocks and the glass. He dug for an hour, 5 hours. Knuckles are bleeding open. His back is cramped up. People mocked him. Give up. They're gone. You got to accept it. Just go home. He dug for 20 hours. Like you guys, fathers one day. You dig for your kid forever. 30 hours. He said, all I could think when I dug for my boy is a promise I always made him. No matter what happens, no, I'm always going to be there for you. 38 hours later, lifts up a board, and under that board is the face of his son. And he looked down upon his son, and his son looked up to him and said, Papa. And the son turned to 14 kids trapped alive with him, and he said, see, told you my daddy was coming to get me. Told you that he promised. This is the love of God the Father for his sons.